It's 10 o'clock and we're here to discuss the ambulance service district updates. And Bruce was. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
As everybody understands and realizes, both from the Board of County Commissioners side of things and the transition through the of the legal representation at the time, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, moving into the resolution, and now it being a joint, or excuse me, a advisory board of the Board of County Commissioners. I think we can look at the adjoining counties and other counties within Idaho on where they individually end up and eventually end up as a joint powers board. We see this again a lot with the whether it's the fire districts, whether it's a water district, sewer district, whatever that may look like. I don't know personally what we're doing at this point in time as far as having an advisory board to the Board of County Commissioners. It seems to be working, but it's also adding another level in of inefficiency as far as what the districts. I understand. I'd like to just bring it up again on hopefully a goal in the future.
Well, let me answer this question.
Yeah.
One of the things is we set this was set up as under the county. And usually when you have boards, they're elected boards. So you have elected officials that raise taxes and do that. And so being an advisory board, you know, they're not elected. You know, they decided to do it under the county. So now it's under the county commissioners.
Mm-hmm.
So only elected officials can go out and raise taxes, not an advisory board. And that's the problem that we have. That's why it's separated. That's the problem why we have, you know, that we have to be over that board. If it was set up originally where they were elected officials, like the fire department, they have their own board, that would be different. But right now, that's how it was set up, and that's how we have to, you know, it's going to be a part of the county. So I know that's kind of a problem, but you know, that's the way it was set up. And Idaho code, you know, basically runs it to where the commissioners are oversee that. And so it's basically another part of the county. It's just like the snowmobile groomers, you know, it's the same way. So that's, you know,
there was some discussions at that point in time on the next transition into a joint powers board before your time, your predecessor's point of view. As that transition in the legal had an opportunity to go one of two ways, one being joint powers, one being how it is today. And again, I guess I'd base it on a recommendation that at some point in the future, this is going to be an item that the joint power side. I understand completely on how it resides now, the original intent, how it resides now, what it should potentially go to in the future.
Okay, when we probably need to talk with legal and get their opinion on how to do that.
Right.
So that
you're
we
not
can do
wrong that it has to be, the joint powers board have to be elected officials. And so still fall under the county.
Yeah,
But then those positions will be elected officials. So
exactly.
with what I am familiar with coming from Coogan County, with how they set it up with Coogan County MS, their joint powers board is made up of a city council member, a Coogan County commissioner, and then fire district commissioners are what make up the annual joint powers board.
Okay.
And so they're all already elected officials from other boards that now fill this board that's underneath Coogan County.
Okay, and they have the deciding power of raise.
Budget and, they have the final say in the budget. Well, once that's set, all the day-to-day or month-to-month functions fall directly to the joint powers board. Nothing
Okay.
else goes to the county commissioners until they go for the next year for the budget.
Okay,
All
yeah,
tables and stuff. go to that
can
board.
we discuss this afterward to see how we can get that moving to be more like Kootenai County than what we have today?
Yeah, 'cause then, I mean, we wouldn't be taking your guys' time every time.
Exactly. Already elected
But from other
from other districts. Okay, and we don't have that right now.
Correct.
Okay. So maybe we need to start working on that to get elected officials in the, those positions and get that going. Let me run that by legal. Or would you be available to speak with Ben and one of the commissioners and see how we can get that going?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah, because that seems like that would work a lot easier. Yes.
Scott, would you walk through that again, starting to talk, how that's.
Was how it's set up in Kootenai County?
Yeah.
So. But on their joint powers board, they have it set up where one of the joint powers board members has to be a Kootenai County commissioner.
Mhm.
One of them has to be a city of Coeur d'Alene council member. And then one of them is a commissioner of Kootenai County Fire District. One of them is a commissioner of Northern Lakes Fire District. And then there's one more fire district representative that is from one of the other smaller volunteer districts. And that's their 5-member board. Not elected, they asked me to be on the board. And before I actually made it to my first meeting is when they realized in Kootenai County that not all of the members were elected officials. And then they had to change it. And that's when it changed to how it is now. And I didn't join the board because I wasn't elected.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds.
When we first set this up a couple of years ago, we were going to have elections
Yeah.
Yeah,
on the board, but it never panned out for some, I gave you a while.
well, the problem you have, as you well know, living in a small community, is getting the quality members to serve on any of these boards. In my 29 years as mayor, I've had a hell of a time keeping qualified people, elected or not elected. And I've served, and have done a hell of a job on it, putting it together. You don't always get that, as you well know.
Yes, I agree. They've done a really good job.
So, you know, that's the way I look at it, and everybody's interest is to provide the best service that we can provide for the money that we have and build on it, train the employees, do the things we need to do.
I agree.
Yeah.
And these guys have done a great job doing that. Getting us started, you know, from
They're great.
scratch. Yeah. It's working.
Except for JL, they did not, I didn't need any
That's
food.
true. You know, you do need to ride home.
Yeah. Right on the back of the fire truck.
Any other questions or comments?
I guess, is there anything operationally that Bruce usually discusses that maybe Miller or somebody could fill in on? Or?
I think it's gonna give you an update of where we're at.
Yeah, update. Yeah.
So the exciting news within the last, month and a half is the paramedic license got approved and we're running paramedics now for the hospital, which is incredible.
Yes.
We've actually have the paramedics there. So it's actually made a difference just in the first month, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yes.
We still have the 2 ambulances on order. I don't think we're gonna get the new ambulances until spring, but they're ordered, they've been ordered for a while now. It's amazing how long it takes to get a new ambulance built.
I know.
The new software package that we got through the grant for charting is now being used. So the crews have all been doing training on that, and that's actually being used by the crews. So we'll see how that does for our, not only our documentation, but our ability to get data out of it. The software is really where there's a huge benefit from that program. So we'll actually be able to trend and see where we need to make improvements data wise, which we couldn't before. So that's exciting. But yeah, otherwise, no, things are going, we're relatively smooth right now.
And you're getting people certified for diving, and
Yeah, we're working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was,
Just trying to get a dive team back established in the county, which we joined effort of the 5 districts
Mhm.
and law enforcement.
doing great work. Thank you.
Anything else to add?
The only thing I think of on a side note is that there's been preliminary discussions with implementation of including at least 2 personnel to be involved with the sheriff's office when it comes to their high-risk operations, to involve EMS to a certain degree in those operations, which is a huge plus, not only A to the community, but B to law enforcement as well, which is something that had not really been done in the past, that we've really picked up steam in a good way.
Good. And that's going well with you negotiating it.
We got, we're signed up for some trainings and gonna send these trainings pretty soon, and
Okay.
got a handful of them. I think maybe 2 or 3 they'll be involved in that.
Now it's the deputies that are gonna come over and be certified, or is it?
Is our people
Your
being a little
people.
bit more certified in those kind of operations?
Okay. That would be great. That would be an asset for sure.
Joint collaboration. in a positive way.
Good. Think we're all moving in the right direction. Well, I appreciate your time. Any other questions, any concerns?
Please don't tell Bruce it took 6 of us to replace him.
Okay, all right.
But you can tell them that we're not quicker.
You should. Yes, that's true.
We know you guys are busy. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Yes, you bet.
All right, we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
Yeah.